Yeah. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Sav Show. This is going to be the second episode ever. I was going to drop another episode. Obviously, I released the first one early today or yesterday, whatever. And then I was going to drop a second one today, which had some more interesting content. Perspective. But look, today's a very special day, and I wanted to do something a little bit differently. Okay, so let me break it down. It's the 13th of April. Today is my little brother's birthday. My little brother, for anyone who doesn't know, is a fella named Luke, aka Rūku. He's a rapper, producer, writer, performer, and we live together. He's my little bro. We work together, and I thought, being his birthday, there is not too many things in the world that he would like more than for me to get a bunch of people over to his Spotify to stream his music, to give it a little bump and show him some love. I think that is possibly the best gift that I could give him on a day like today. And before I do that, I just wanted to, shout him out, shout his journey out, shout out how far he's come as an artist and a man, and give him a little bit of love. Give him a little bit of love. So here I am on my podcast. I'm doing this publicly, shouting out the man, and I'm just going to run you through a little bit of a kind of introduction into the world of Rūku right now. So anyway, in 2015, he released his first single, a song called HOAX, which he self-produced. It was around this time that he actually started producing and dropping songs on Soundcloud. Now, at this point, I'm already rapping. I've been rapping for a few years. I've dropped mixtapes. I've dropped DPs. I was well and truly entrenched in the scene, as you might say. But Luke comes along. He starts doing his own thing. He starts producing his own beats in his bedroom and recording them and putting them up on SoundCloud. And he starts developing his own little sound. And it was around this time that I kind of noticed what he was doing. And I was like, okay, well, this is dope. This is my little brother, and he's joining me on this journey. Now, it's something that I've stated a bunch of times in different platforms and stuff like that. But, the journey of a hip-hop artist, especially a solo artist, is or can be quite a lonely thing. I have had good friends over the years that I've worked on music with. I've had mentors and people that I've collaborated with, but there has always been, and whether or not this is just me or this is the reality of it, but I've always felt like, I've been pretty much alone in this game, on this path, on this journey, right? When I first started rapping, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. My kind of style of hip hop was not cool. I was very poppy. I came from a bit of the 360 mold, skinny jeans and floral shirts and stuff like that. And when I was going to some underground hip hop gigs, which were all very boom bap and, ochre, I didn't really fit in that much. And, again, that's not to say anything about anyone that was at those shows. It could have been all internal as well. Could have been my insecurities, but that's the reality of it. I just felt alone. And then Luke starts rapping. Luke starts producing. And then all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, I got this sidekick. I got this bro. I got this, we can kind of do this thing together. Now, it took a while for us to really measure up and kind of see eye to eye in that regard, because I think initially, I probably didn't value what he was doing enough, because I was like, oh, here's this beginner, it's not quite at the same standard as some of the music that I was creating. So I was like, I probably didn't harness his potential enough in those early days. But regardless of that, we still got fairly well involved pretty early on. I got him on my Poltergeist EP at the end of 2015, early 2016. He featured on one of the songs called Caught Up, and, then started coming and playing some shows with me. We played at Mountain Sounds Festival. He got up on a big stage at Mountain Sounds Festival in 2016. And from there, he kind of started doing his own thing. He got real productive and real creative real quick. At this stage, I kind of move out of home. I go move down to Sydney with a bunch of my friends and a partner at the time. and Luke really starts going in. So in 2016, he released 2 mixtapes, Natsu and Aki. And they were both, kind of long, 10 and 17 tracks each. And he was producing a lot of this stuff. Some of the stuff he was like, ripping beats and YouTube type beats and stuff like that. But a lot of it he was producing, and he was doing all his own recording. The mixing was obviously not that great, but he was doing it himself. So he's building this habit of self-reliance. Now, 2016, big output. 2017, similar, another mixtape, FUYU, 13 tracks, bunch of singles. And at this stage, he's regularly dropping on SoundCloud. Like, I think in from 2015 to like, the end of like 2018, he released something like 70 or 80 tracks, maybe more to SoundCloud. So the guy's putting in reps. He's experimenting with different styles. He's doing a bunch of different things, and he's really developing his, confidence, I guess, as an artist. In 2018, we released a collaborative EP called Brody. That was hella fun. That was extremely experimental, and I think the music, for the most part, still holds. That was really cool. Around that time, he starts dropping some really, really dope singles, and we start collaborating a lot more. There was a song called Bounce, Crowd Surfing, Answers, Yeah, and a banger that he dropped called Shut Up. And then comes the real kind of like ascension in our kind of like musical, what's the word? Fucking story, I guess. We drop a song called Cheddar in collaboration with our homie Airports. And that song has like a mini viral moment. We make a really cool music video. We put out the song. It's fun. People are liking it. We go and play a couple of shows with All Day that are like packed and like, we feel like we're really doing it. We go on a tour with Ivan Ooze. We play 3 shows in 3 nights. And this happens all in a really, really close space. At the same time, Luke starts working with Curran. They start working on an album together, and the genesis of like what is this, musical trio and this musical journey really starts forming. That's when we kind of decided, we're kind of like entertaining the idea of moving to Melbourne. Now, around that time is when Luke starts dropping ridiculously on SoundCloud, like kind of every week, every couple of weeks, he's like dropping single after single after single. And then the cancellation of Mountain Sounds in 2019 happens, early 2019. We all look at each other, me, Curtis, and Luke, we all look at each other and go, all right, Melbourne, we're coming. We decide to move to Melbourne, basically to chase a dream, okay? So we go to Melbourne. In 2019, towards the end of 2019, is when Luke releases his first Spotify single, a song called Research. Now, that's a hella fun song, produced by Curran. At the same time, he also features on 2 of the tracks on Curran's album called Holy Wave. Both were extremely good features. It's at this stage that he's really starting to take on the identity of an artist, right? And that really gets accelerated throughout COVID, as you could imagine, with most people in the world. Action Potential is an EP that he releases at kind of like midway through or towards the end of 2020, which is 6 tracks, a lot of them produced by himself. And the interesting thing about Action Potential is that he and I don't know if he wants me to disclose this, but basically Action Potential is the amalgamation of basically 3 weeks or maybe 2 months of him basically locking himself in his cupboard at our house in Parkville when we were living in COVID lockdown Melbourne, doing mushrooms pretty much every day and experimenting with sound, and it's weird, it's conceptual. He just went deep on it, and what came of that was Action Potential. From there, he goes on to release Bum Bum, Hakuna, and Mr. Buster, which are all singles that really start to like elevate his like identity and potential as a hip hop artist. 2021 rolls around, the singles keep dropping, Different Plans, Tough Love, Outsider, and Opulence. And then at the end of 2021, me and him release our second collaborative project, EP called Dutch Boys. We go ahead and do a launch at the Laundry Bar in Melbourne for Dutch Boys, and we actually sold like hella tickets, had a really good time. And at this stage, we still feel like newcomers to Melbourne, but we're starting to build a reputation. You know, we feel like we're doing it. You know, 2022 rolls around, Luke keeps coming, singles keep coming because of you, Startup, Best Side, collaborations with Carney and 3030, Heavyweight, Cut It, and then another banger with the boy Savilian at the end of 2022 called Tainted. Rolls around to 2023, which is the year we're currently in, and so far this year he's dropped Dumbbells, Santana, and the Hypnotize EP, which has 3 bangers on it. Now, I kind of say all this to basically big up my boy, big him up on his birthday, show everybody that, you know, this man's been working, and shout him out for, you know, the man he's turning into and the artist he's become. You know, it's not about becoming, he's become that. You know, this guy's a professional. I see the hours he puts in. I see the work he puts in, and he's working tirelessly to make sure that the word he has tattooed around his neck, world class, rings true. You know, he's not going to stop until that is the case. And I know deep down, he knows too that we are moving differently this year. You know, we are moving differently, and we're on the same page with this, and we're not slowing down for anyone ever. This is a for life thing. This means everything to the both of us, and I love that we are here right now getting to share this journey together, because, you know, as I kind of touched on earlier, it was a lonely road at the beginning for myself. And the fact that I'm here now getting to share this creative hip hop esque journey with my brother is magical. Again, you know, we are getting there, but there's still a long way to go. You know, but honestly, I couldn't be prouder of the progress that we're showing. On top of all this music, by the way, this guy produces, he records, he mixes, he masters, he does all his artwork, he does all the creative, he runs the ads, he does everything. Like this is a one-man record label. And you know, his output and his self-reliance over the last couple of years has just been phenomenal, and you know, really is a testament to the dedication that he's showing to his craft. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering about my little brother, because I could do that forever. You know, I'm biased as hell because that's my little Brody, but I really genuinely believe he is it. He's the man, and I'm probably his biggest fan, like for real. I'm his biggest fan, and I'm a huge fan of what he's doing and what he's about to do. So anyway, happy birthday to Rūku. If you listen to this and you want to shout him out, do that. But honestly, the best present you could give him on a day like today would be just to go to Spotify, follow him there, share some stuff, give him a play, give him a plug, tell a friend. Tell a friend about Rūku. You know, show him Santana, show him Hypnotize EP, show him the work that he's been putting in, because he deserves it. So thanks for tuning in to the Sav Show, guys. That's another episode down. I'm going to be putting out some really cool content really soon, so stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you next week on the Sav Show. Let's go.